Live at Falkor Bay on a beautiful afternoon. A great day for boxing. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you.
Here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes, the man that beat Muhammad Ali but never has really gotten his just due. Criminally underrated. Let's see what he's got in store for us in this one. The Gypsy King.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Easton, Pennsylvania. Here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes. Fighting out of the blue corner from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
Right. Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Neither fighter willing to slow down. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. That punch landed. Open air stadium, blazing sun. What do you think about this?
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Counter punches have to hurt. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. They both want the knockout. A perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously...
And there's the bell to start round 2. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. Well done with that counter shot. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
The flat for the fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
You'd like to see more jabs. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
No rest for the weary. Misses with the straight left. Insane action. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
So they don't.
On to the third. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Hey, those punches add up. Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch caught him clean. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the...
Get your mind back.
Here we go to the fourth round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Perfect counter lands. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. That counter shot lands. Another scoring shot halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
I thought, what a shot!
some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. His legs are gone, but somehow he's still in this fight.
They believe that.
Back into it.
Time for the 5th round. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How did you come back from something like that? Look at him twice. Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
How about that time counter shot? Back and forth they go. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. Missing with that right hook. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped.
Get your mind back.
There's the bell for round 6. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that? That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
He threw a punch and just got countered. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go, and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Swing and a miss with the jab. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This is a high-octane battle. And he scores with the counter. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite-level stuff here.
Power, that power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk talk about Holmes in that last round.
Gets him right.
You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell sometimes.
Much better than this stuff.
Here we go, it's round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Punch, counter punch. Won't give us a second to catch our breath. He blocks that jab. Good counter punching. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little favour and pickpocket him.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That punch is beginning to take its toll. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. There's a scoring blow. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different...
Get about that round.
Round 8, and we're off again. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. Just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. These scorecards were all over the place, but in the end, I think the right athlete won.
A split decision, I've enjoyed that. I actually forgot the rounds rolled by. The rounds were that...
Just wanna find and run away. Away from this place, away from mistakes. Broken promises made, to myself to pursue my happiness. I want to fly away, live my life in my own way. Give me a new day. I start a fresh start again. This could be, this could be, this could be. This could be, this could be, this could be the chance. What are you waiting for?
There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. Up first, Muhammad Ali. He stands 6'3" tall with a 78-inch reach. And up against him, it's Larry Holmes.
One of the all-time great heavyweights tipping the scales at 200 and...
Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, fighting out of Louisville, Kentucky. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Eastern assassin Larry Holmes dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist and legend of boxing, the only 3-time lineal heavyweight champion of the world. He floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. The one and only, the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Fighting out of the blue corner from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes.
Well, I hope you brought your sunscreen. You're going to need it as we have our main event underneath the bright, sunny sky.
Todd, all I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. It's bombs away. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork, moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
Catch and shoot. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Defense is not an option for these two. There's a scoring blow. Both men step back for just a moment. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
Come on, you're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through camp.
Landing your power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab, and don't...
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off. I need you to switch back on. Get focused. Get back.
Here we go for round 2. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put him on the back foot. Put him under pressure.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he scores with the counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. You'd like to see more jabs. Quick punch scores. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Breathe. Just get...
What was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching off. Right, let's
Get him up, but you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolute...
Mate, what are you doing? Come on, switch on, switch on. You've been coasting this fight, and now you've let him back into it. Now it's a tougher fight. He's going to be confident. You've got to take that confidence away. Go out.
It's working nice. Those 1-2 straights down the middle. Can't miss.
Okay, focus, focus. Big, deep breaths. Big, deep breaths.
Just stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't...
Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing? I need you to focus on what you're doing.
Again, don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing. The gap's...
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather right back into the action.
You're still landing your power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab and...
They both want a highlight reel knockout. And he misses with that jab. These two fighters are made for one another. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What a punch. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete dominance.
Let him get back in.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a